Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, onwards and sort of upwards with the GS. I am about to start going over the wheels, getting ready to sort them out. But first, let's get my mistake out the way. It's a pretty good one as well. Well, I think it is. Whichever way you look at it, good or bad. It's an expensive one, I can tell you that. So, the forks. So, I don't know if I mentioned it in a previous video. I bought new stanchions for it. They are proper Suzuki ones. They're wrong. I'm quite upset about it. But I got them that long ago off eBay. I can't really send them back. That option has gone off eBay. You've only got that option for so long. Totally my fault. I'm going to 100% take this on the chin and put it down to my own stupidity. Or genuine mistake, whichever way you want to look at that as well. But yeah, I'm going to put it down to my own stupidity and take it on the chin and do what I've got to do to sort it out. So I got these for, it's that long ago, I can't even remember what I was doing. I really can't. Whether I had a fluffy head that day, I don't know. I have no idea. So the bike's got a GSX 1100F front end in it. I got these forks because they had GSX 1100F on them. Right size, everything. Thought that is perfect. They were still quite pricey, but nowhere near as pricey as they would have been straight from a Suzuki parts dealer. I believe these can be like £200 a piece. So basically I got them for half that. So yeah, it was like 200 quid the pair. Thereabouts. And literally just got them out the wrapping. I've had them out before and had a quick look, you know, and not really paid any attention to them. But I've recently took them out the wrapping and come to do the job, put the front end together. And then to my horror, I've discovered that they are different. Now, I'm guessing there's variants of this fork, obviously, and they are not matching up to the GSX 1100F forks that I've actually got. So there's obviously changes with year. Like I say, this is all on me. This is totally my fault. So I've got to sort it out, basically. I can't put the old stanchions back on. Don't get me wrong, you probably can't see on the camera, they look fine. But as you look at them like this, they have pitting. I know people do all sorts of little weird and wonderful tricks to cover their pitting up. I've heard of people dropping super glue in them, just nibbing it back and stuff. The reason being the pitting causes the forks to leak. As the seal travels over the pitting, it allows oil past. This pitting's probably so small, it probably hasn't got to that stage yet, but it will get to that stage. The pitting started, so it'll only progress and get worse. And I'd rather not let this bike go with an advisory on the MOT, because it possibly will get one. People are not aware what an advisory is if you're not from this country. Our bikes have to go for an annual check, so, well, cars and bikes, anything else as well. And if something is sort of not at the point where it should fail, they'll give it an advisory for you to maybe look at this in the future and change it, or correct the problem, sort of thing. I don't want to send this bike out with an advisory. It won't sit well with me. Don't get me wrong, some custom bikes can have advisories, down to it should have a chain guard on or a front mud guard on. I get them, that's different, but to have an advisory on something that's starting to fail is a completely different story in my books. So I think I'm going to take the original ones and have them re-chromed. Now, I've been digging around at people that do it. There's quite a few people that do it in the UK. Again, it's not cheap, but I'd rather take this one on the chin and this bike goes out without that sort of advisory on an MOT. So the main part of the pitting is out of the operational area of the forks, which is where it would definitely get an advisory or fail. Most of it is between the top and bottom yoke. Yeah, in that area, you can get away with it. I could be really sly and put gaiters on it. Don't want to do that. So I've got no choice to take this stupid mistake on the chin. I've had a look, see if I could find any forks online, and there isn't any, so we've got to go down the re-chrome option, I think. I don't even know if you'll see this. Let's get a rag a minute. I really don't know if you'll even pick it out, but it's there. I can't even get it to show up. You will do out the area that's in between the yokes. You'll probably see that. It's very hard to make out. It really is. But yeah, it is there. They are starting to go. So I'm a little bit gutted about that, because now obviously on top of buying the posh new ones and now having to sort the old ones out because the new ones are no good, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, to be honest. But maybe I could sell these ones. I should have checked part numbers, shouldn't I? Why? Why wasn't I thinking? So the part number, what's that? Does it look better on the other one? If anyone's got a Suzuki, no, 1100F, part number 51110-48. I think that's B. Is that B31? Well, I don't know. Anyway, if anyone's got a Suzuki with that part number and needs some very nice posh stanchions, let me know and see if I can gather some money back to pay for the re-chroming on these ones. Even if I get enough to get these re-chromed, that would be great. Anyway, I'm going to give someone a call who does the re-chroming and see if I can get them dropped off and get them done. Like I say, it's only just starting. Literally on one of them I can see one pit, but more so in between the yokes, and on the other one there's definitely, oh, you might see it on this one actually, there's definitely pitting starting. There we go, look, yes, I can see that. We've got that in the camera, definitely. And that is definitely in the working area of the forks. Oh dear. Keep smiling. So the difference, like I say, when I got these, I pulled them out of the bag, I thought, oh, they're going to look fantastic, nice and fresh. You can't beat it, can you, when the forks are perfect? And that's basically how I looked at them, put the sleeve down, banged them back in the bag. Not realising the bottoms, let's have a look at the bottoms. So this, in this hand, is the new ones that are wrong, and this is the ones that are correct. And obviously when I got these forks were still together on the bike. So I've only recently had a chance to find out that they were wrong. And then in the tops, I don't know if you can see that. That one is threaded, and the ones that are wrong are not. I believe these are all held together with the internals, and they have like a disc that sits in here. Probably a disc with an O-ring on or something. I am not sure. There we go. It's one of them. Things happen when you're building bikes. Sometimes it doesn't always go sweet and to plan. So I've just got to take it on the chin. Like I say, I'm going to call a company up and basically go and jump in the van and get these there and see if I can sort of beg and plead with him to do me a quick turnaround on them. At least we know they'll be absolutely spot on, and we ain't going to get no MOT advisories. Anyway, let's start getting the wheels ready. Right, I'll say wheels next. Also, before we get onto them, we have all the brake calipers sorted now. They've come out really well. I have got some of the fixings turned up for them. I've got brake pads turned up, just waiting for a few more bits, the seal kit and such like, and the seal kit and the pistons for the rear ones, which are over there. Anyway, I've done a lot of thinking about these wheels, and I think I've finally made up my mind. So I'm going to go over them, check for any damage, little scuffs or anything like that, and we're going to dress that out. And hopefully get all the surfaces looking good. Ready for a bit of powder coating. I'm just going to wipe it all over first, because obviously we want to see if there's any damage anywhere, because with getting them coated, we may as well dress anything in at this stage rather than spot it when the powder coating's done. So I was going to clean these up, but I've sort of changed my mind. Obviously I've had a good long think about it, and I think my plan is actually going to look much better. I think so anyway. You'll have to wait and see. It should be okay. Right, we'll have to cut the old valve out. I'll say I've already got tyres for these, so when these are all done, we'll get them straight to the tyre place and get them rolled on. I am not going to attempt it in here like I do with the Enfields, because I don't want to have any setbacks. So we've got a tiny little blip there that we need to get out. I'll tell you what, let's start marking this up. Let's clean the other side first. I'll say they're not too bad. The rear one was pretty damn good. I think this is the same. I just want to get it double checked before we go and hand them over to Alex. He doesn't know he's powder coating them yet, but he will do soon. I know he's very busy at the moment, so I've just got to fall into line with his workload. Right, let's get a pen. Right, we've got a little bit there. Just a scuff right on the edge. That's just surface where I've started cleaning them. Tiny one there. Little one there. There. That's about it, that side. Oh no, I just caught that one in the light then. There. Yeah. I can see more as I move the wheel around. There. There. These will get blasted as well. Right, let's have a look on this side. Right there. We'll run the DA all over them anyway, and that'll highlight anything that I'm struggling to see. Right, I think that'll do it. So yeah, we'll go over with the DA. What we'll do with this is do it over, if we've got a tiny bit of damage there, we'll do it over a large surface so we're not welting anything. I don't know if you can see that. See that little blip there? I need to get that out. I suppose there's a tiny dot there now, but I think any coating will just bury that. It really is small. Previously it had like raised edges on it as well, where it's obviously dug into it. But yeah, I'm quite confident that'll just disappear. Well, that disappeared quite quickly. I think this is the worst bit. As you can see that scuff there. Oh, I think I've pretty much got most of that out. I'm just going to glance over this and a bit of wood. Yeah, that's gone. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm happy with that. What I need to do now is make sure we've got all the grease washed out of these hubs. Because I know how annoyed Alex gets at all that. People just drop stuff off thinking the powder coating's the miracle cure for everything. And they drop stuff off covered in grease and everything. Even with the blasting, that is a nightmare. Because you're not going to get in there with the blaster very well. And all the blasting media is just all going to gunk up in the grease. And, well, that's just going to cause you future problems with your bearings. So I'm going to get all that washed out, find a brush and get it, all the grease gone out of there. Right, again, we've just got a panel wipe, which should dilute all the grease. We'll just keep washing it, and we'll blow it out with the airline. Make sure it's all gone. I see so much stuff get dropped off at his place, and you look at it, and it's a bit unfair, really, that you drop stuff off, but he has to spend loads of times preparing it when you could just take care of it yourself before you drop it off. I've even seen wheels dropped off at his place with bearings still in them. Who would do that? Right, we'll give that a blow out with the airline and see how that's looking. Right, front wheel's all ready. That's down there. I've just got to cut the valve off and that's ready. So we've got a bit of something to do to the back wheel before we send it off to the coaters. Now this can be a bit of a pain, but you sort of have to be brutal with it. So as on like your chain drive bikes that have got a cush drive, the shaft drive stuff is pretty much the same really. Cush drive, dampness system, whatever you want to call it. So we've got to get them out because obviously rubber and the heat of the powder coating oven will not go down well. So we've got to get them out. I've got two out. So basically these, and this is obviously your drive, which goes, these pins go into them rubbers. Here's the rubbers here. So we've got to get them out. As you can see, they're a fair way down. I actually don't think they should be that far down. I think they're only supposed to be, I don't know, I'll have to check in the book, 5 mil or something down below the surface. I'll check that. I think, well, they've actually, that one's further down and that one's further down than that one. So obviously we'll set that up correctly when we get to that bit. To get them out, it's basically what I'll do. I've got a bit of brass down the hole, give it a bit of lube, so sort of leaving the rubber around so we get plenty of lube down the hole. Steady. I'll tell you what, we'll do all of them. That should do. And that one. So, prise the rubber around so all the juice goes down the hole. actually, sometimes best if the wheel's stood upright, but I'll try and do it this way so you can see it. Yeah, literally got to be brutal with it and walk them out. This is the one that's gone down too deep. There we go. Whew, 3 more to go. Probably looked a bit brutal, but it's the only way the damn thing's come out. And another one. Come on. Ah, there we go. Sorted. Right, I'll give that a wash out. Because what I'll get Alex to do is just mask that complete section of the hub off. I think that's the safest bet. Plus, it's just going to be a nightmare masking all these individual holes off, so you might as well just mask the lot off. So I'll make sure all the dirt and grease is out, because with the heat of the oven, any grease or oil in there will obviously loosen up and just pour out past the masking tape and probably all over the wheel and destroy the powder. So that's them sorted, ready to go. Yeah, apart from my bit of a mistake with the forks, we're progressing nicely. Like I say, I'm going to try and keep everybody up to date with how it's all going. Some videos may be short, like I said before. Some will probably do more work in them. It's just a case I'm trying to get all these individual parts done. Like the brake calipers, I'm still waiting for parts of them, although they're all painted, ready to go. I'm just trying to get all these little individual parts done, all back into one piece. So when the wiring's done, basically this bike will just go straight together. As the tank as well, with the painting on that, the mudguard, the tail unit and such like, all that all ready. So like I say, wiring's finished and then the bike can literally go together. I'm going to do my utmost best to be somewhere around completion the end of this month. That's the plan. It's going well. It's achievable. I think the only thing that could probably slow me down a bit is maybe the lead time on having the forks re-chromed and just little bits like that. But we're looking good, so I'm not going to say an exact date, but I'm hoping for around the end of this month, which would be fantastic. I can finally get this bike done and gone in the van and off it goes. You won't believe the relief that will give me. It really will. And then on with the next one. We'll get them all ticked off the list. Anyway, these all go up the powder coaches in the morning. It was this decision, like I say, I've been thinking about for a while. I was going to try and sort of refurb them, keep the alloy on there. But originally, these would been like a machine finish, I think you'd probably call it, where you'd see fine lines in the surface. There's pitted in there that sort of destroyed that, but dressing it all back, we've got good material there. It's nice and smooth. But for long term, ease of cleaning and maintenance, I'm going to go for a full powder coat on them. It will make life a lot easier for cleaning, like I say, and give it a bit of a longer life. As you know, clear coat on alloy is not always the best. It's like the wheels on my van. You get a few chips on them and it just starts lifting all the clear coat. It goes that horrible white and powdery, and it just looks a complete mess in no time. So that's sort of what I've decided anyway, and I think it'll look all right. Probably not to everybody's taste, I get that. We've all got different tastes. I see that in the comments. It's no problem at all. I get that. Everyone's entitled to their opinion and what they like. That's not a problem to me. But I think long term it would be better to have a full powder coat on them. It'd be just a bit more durable, I think, and like I say, easy to clean. Anyway, I'm going to call it for that video. I think the next one I've got, I'm just trying to think of all my little jobs now. Like I say, I just want it all there, everything ready, all wrapped up in boxes, so it just plonk, 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 it all goes on the bike, done. I think I've got the link pipe. Although I made the link pipe, I hadn't finished dressing it up yet, and there's a couple of little dips in the weld that I needed to weld up and dress back, and then we'll give it a polish over. I think I'll do that next. It'll be just another part there ready to go. Anyway, that'll do. Thanks again for all the comments. It's much appreciated. I am starting to work my way through them now. I really appreciate that. It's proper positive, which is absolutely amazing for YouTube and, well, the social media in general. I'm proper lucky. I know I am to have such a fantastic following. It blows me away, it really does, and I appreciate it immensely, because we don't really have any sort of nonsense in the comments, which is awesome. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to go. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.